Welcome back, hunters. In the last video, we looked at Flayer and how it gives Gunlance an unexpected layer of control through wounds and focus strikes. But what if I told you there's an armor set that takes this even further? A set that not only lets you sustain yourself from breaking wounds, but also helps you gather extra materials, break monster parts faster, and even control the fight indirectly for smoother, higher quality hunts. In this video, we're diving into that exact setup, a build that blends efficiency, survivability, and control, while still keeping your Gunlance gameplay strong. The Guardian Arc-Veld armor set is perhaps my favorite in the entire game, at least until Xochitl arrived. Its set bonus Decimator restores health whenever you destroy a wound, whether it's with focus strikes or standard melee hits. As long as the wound breaks, you heal. Simple as that. This is especially strong compared to regular Arc-Veld set bonus Hasten Recovery, which heals you as you attack, but relies on an invisible hit counter. With Decimator, you decide when the healing happens, giving you more control over your survivability. Now, of course, while Decimator can feel stronger than Hasten Recovery, it isn't flawless. You'll always need a wound to trigger the healing, which means you have to wait until one appears before you can recover. That can take some time, but with Flayer equipped, wounding becomes much easier to trigger, letting you sustain much more consistently. Not only that, the Partbreaker skill amplifies this playstyle even further. It increases the damage you deal when destroying wounds, which means you're stacking up free damage every time a wound pops. On top of that, you're also breaking monster parts faster, which not only weakens the monster, but also nets you more materials in the process. So with Decimator, Flayer, and Partbreaker working together, you're not just surviving longer, you're dealing steady damage, controlling the fight, and farming more efficiently all at once. Here's the armor build I'm running. Guardian Arc-Veld pieces paired with Xochitl pieces to unlock both Decimator and Super Recovery, rounded out with Raydao Gamma for that extra bit of utility. The build works in layers. Xochitl gives you passive healing that keeps you topped up throughout the hunt, even when there aren't any wounds available. But since Super Recovery doesn't provide burst healing, that's where Decimator steps in. Whenever you land a focus strike and break a wound, you get instant recovery. And because focus strikes lock the monster in animation, that healing is practically guaranteed. And if you line it up with multiple wounds, each one destroyed gives you another burst of health, letting you recover even more in a single strike. So what you're getting here is the best of all worlds. Guardian Arc-Veld for burst heals, Xochitl for steady sustain, and Raydao for flexibility, with useful slot options and evade extender baked in to give you more mobility mid-hunt. It's a dynamic build that keeps you constantly interacting with the monster's wounds, healing yourself, farming extra materials, breaking parts faster, and locking down monsters for a much higher chance of a successful hunt. For decorations, here's what I've slotted into the build. First up is Agitator, maxed out for that big burst of damage whenever the monster is enraged. Then we've got Partbreaker, which not only ramps up your wound damage, but also makes breaking monster parts faster and easier, pairing perfectly with both Decimator and Flayer. Next, I've added Recovery Speed and Recovery Up to squeeze every bit of healing from both Super Recovery and Decimator, making sure your sustain is as efficient as possible. On top of that, I've slotted in earplugs, so monster roars don't interrupt my combos. As for Flayer, I'm running it at level 3 here, since slot limitations stop me from pushing it higher. Now I could go for max Flayer, but that would mean giving up earplugs, and for me, the comfort and consistency are just too valuable to sacrifice. One thing to keep in mind, unless your Talisman rolls with either Flayer or Burst, you'll usually only be able to fit 2 levels of Flayer, since they're competing for the same level 3 slots as Agitator. So always adjust based on what you've got and what fits your playstyle best. And that's the build. As always, I'll be showing a demonstration hunt with Steve so you can see exactly how it performs in action. Before we head there though, I'd love to hear from you. I know I've been focusing on more off-meta builds, and that's intentional. I've always been a big fan of experimenting. To me, it's way more fun than just chasing the biggest numbers, since you actually get to learn more about the game and enjoy the hunt on a deeper level. Honestly, my time with Monster Hunter is limited, between YouTube, work, and real life. So when I do play, I want it to be meaningful and fun. That's why I lean toward creative, off-meta builds that offer a more quality hunting experience. So let me know what you think. Do you enjoy these kinds of experimental builds, and what would you like me to cover next on the channel? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd really like to hear them. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your hunting squad. It really helps the channel grow. I'm Marneus, the hunt never stops.